Here we go. Start the race.
This race is all going to come down to JMC and how Jack and Charlie get affected by him. And if he can win the race. But it's lights out now, and away we go. And it's an even start from all of the top four. Leah's got a bad start on his cold tyres, obviously, but it is Charlie ahead of Jack.
Yeah, Jack actually did get a better launch on Charlie, but Charlie has managed to keep the position. Active JNC, though, has pulled away to 5/10 already. He's got some really good pace at the moment, but can Charlie live with him? As further back, how
Leo
the guys coping?
battling in the background.
Yeah, how the guys
Hayes as well now, getting past Shaka.
Looks like they're coping all right.
Yeah, Leah got a poor start, but managed to dive bomb his way to stay P6.
Yeah, but anyway, up front, and it's Charlie, who's staying with active JMC a lot better than Jack is. Especially a little bit of nerves initially on the first lap from Jack, whereas Charlie is on a full attack mode. He knows he needs to get past JMC if he wants to keep the championship in his own hands.
Charlie, of course, has basically got nothing to lose as it stands.
Yeah. Obviously.
If he takes the lead of this race, though, he's then got everything to lose.
Yeah, exactly. He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain at the moment, but then could soon have everything to lose.
Already going to be on a warning or two is JMC.
Yeah, but he's keeping his ERS level a decent amount, and Jack actually, interestingly, has got the least ERS of the top three. He's used quite a bit on this first lap, is Jack.
Yeah.
He's making a couple of mistakes as
struggling
well.
to keep up.
Yeah.
He's having to use all of his ERS just to stay with Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie and active JMC have some really good initial pace. And yeah, could this potentially be a little bit of nerves for Jack, because Halo's out.
Halo's out.
Halo has crashed. And there's a
it's a VSC.
Jacko's in the pits already.
Jacko's pitted. Did start on the only person to start on soft tyres along with Halo.
And he does have a new wing.
Everyone who started on softs are at the back now, out of the space.
Yes, Jack is repairing his wing. Yeah, that was very
another
thing. For Halo.
Another thing is Aston Martin have won the Constructors' Championship now, as Alpha didn't join in the end.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's a good point. And that does also mean that less points
Charlie do the double?
Yeah, well, we don't want to jinx him straight away because we are under a VSC. Darnell, a championship contender, got a drive-through penalty under VSC last race. So are we going to...
In F2.
In F2, so we're going to see that today. I hope we don't. That would not be good. Yes, he stayed up for quite a while, though, so we'll have to see. It's actually spaced out the top three quite a bit, though. Jack could actually be at risk of losing DRS to the top two. Yeah, he has.
And it's ended.
Jack's had an awful restart here, an absolutely terrible restart.
How's Richie got ahead of her?
I don't know.
Richie's somehow overtaken the Haas and the VSC.
Crucially, Jack's lost DRS.
Leo was sideways.
Yeah. But wow, I'm so surprised at that. Like, were the Deltas a bit messed up? Did the VSC timing just end at different times for different people? What's going on there? All I know crucially though, is that Jack has lost DRS to Charlie and active JMC. He's going to have to absolutely send it to get back into DRS here. He's closing in on them, but wow, that is pressure for Jack.
enabled this lap, of course.
Pressure, and this is a track
Jack's almost got the gap back. But
yeah.
Charlie and JMC could go to battle, which of course will enable Jack to come back.
Or he's made a little bit of a mistake there. He's gone very, very wide. He's got to be very, very careful through turns 2 and 3. He doesn't want to push it too hard, because he's quite crucial for him, but he doesn't want to throw away his entire race. Just got one lap. Look at that detection. Ooh, I don't know. It's right on the edge for whether Jack has DRS or not. I'm having a look, and he doesn't. Jack does not have DRS, and this is when Charlie's going to gain. Is he going to try and make a move on active JMC now?
Just got to be patient.
If I was him, I'd try and
want to go for a hash move.
Yeah. If I was him and JMC, I'd be working together as much as they can now. As much as they can to pull this gap. Because if they can break away...
JMC's going to get back past him here, though.
Yeah, Charlie should let him go here. Charlie should let him go and does. Yeah, that's smart from them there. They don't want to lose time.
Those two just swapping places, though. It's just going to allow Jack to close up, because Jack's crucially stayed ahead of Richie.
Yeah, and at the moment, yeah, Jack has been very quick on in the third sector, and he is going to close back up, I think. Yeah, God, so Leah's lost it. Leah had lost it. That is so Leah. That is not good for the joint constructors for AlphaTauri.
Yeah, Richie's gone deep as well.
But wow, this is tense. I mean, yeah, I think of the two, I'd most like to be in Charlie's shoes at the moment rather than Jack's, because Jack has had to do a lot of chasing here. And now the top three have broken away. Jack has got himself together, and he has got himself right back in there. Charlie, though, runs
Charlie a bit wide.
Yeah, he's also feeling it quite a bit. It's still a long way to go here, though. But wow, this is.
Cohen asking who's got the championship. As it stands, Jack will win the championship by 1 point.
By 2 points, because he's got the fastest lap.
Oh, Jack's got the fastest lap as well.
Yeah.
2 points now then.
Yeah, but that's definitely going to change. But yeah, at the moment, Jack wins the championship. Charlie, if he takes the lead here, will be a championship contention, no matter what Jack does. So it's absolutely crucial that Charlie can make the
Bit
move.
squirrely for Charlie.
This is now using his
If
ERS.
Charlie gets in front here, he's got to fully send it to try and get the gap.
And could Jack get past him as well? Oh, is this a bit of contact with JMC? And is that going to allow Jack
around
through?
the outside.
Oh, JMC
Contact.
lost it.
JMC spun.
And wow.
I think that's a racing incident. I don't think Jack would be in trouble.
Yeah,
But
maybe
Charlie's going to do everything he can to try and get a pen.
Yeah, maybe.
But I said that this race would all come down to JMC and what happens with him.
And now we have a straight fight.
Yeah,
JMC's
straight
out of
fight between the
contention.
two championship leaders.
JMC's out.
Whoever wins this race wins the title.
And they are way clear of the rest, and they're going to just keep on pulling away, I think. They are.
One thing that we've seen a lot from Jack this season is that he loves an undercut.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's actually going to go down to the final lap. It's actually going to go to the final lap. This is.
Is Charlie going to try and preempt Jack's undercut by pitting early himself to defend from it? It's going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
to see what Jack and Charlie does.
Well, wow.
Jack could actually overtake Charlie here.
Yeah. At the moment, though, you don't. At the moment, though, do you want to be in P1? Do you want to be the one making the strategy call? Do you want to be?
No.
Do you want to be the one who's reacting to the car ahead? I don't know. I don't know. How do you want to play it?
P2.
They are now swapping
like
positions.
Verstappen and Hamilton. Neither of them want to lead into the corner.
I think this is one of the. I think it's because Charlie wanted DRS. I think that's it. I think Charlie and Jack wanted DRS.
Jack's got a good exit though, and Jack's now having to dump ERS to stay ahead.
And here we are, Charlie going round the outside here, and Jack. But he does not risk it. He does not risk it. Wow, this is going to be like this for the next 23 laps, and but yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, this is mouth-watering stuff. Jack now is in P1. But all it takes is Charlie to overtake it. There we are. We have it very, very simple for the audience. Whoever finishes ahead now wins
this race.
Whoever wins this race wins it. It is that simple. But Jack's pulling away from Charlie at the moment, actually.
Yeah, Charlie struggled on the curb.
Yeah, one thing that Charlie does have an advantage on, though, is his battery. So he is going to be able to use a little bit more battery on exit into corners to stay with Jack. But if Jack does have that pace and does break that second, that could be GG, that could be curtains.
Jack might have got a warning there. He was off the track at turn 1.
Have a look at their warnings, actually. Jack, no, they're both on none. They're both on none. So Jack got away with that.
Got a bit lucky there. Gap's 8/10, so Charlie won't be able to attack yet as Xhaka puts in the fastest lap.
Yeah, he's almost fresh at medium, so obviously he changed his wing on that one.
That lap time is quicker than his Q2 time.
Nice. Well, wow, here we go again. Here we go again between Charlie and Jack. Is Charlie going to try and make a move here on this lap as well? He's a lot closer, gets a lot better exit.
Yeah.
And there we are.
Exit than before.
Yeah, he's dumping his battery. Jack's just going to let him go here. And Charlie.
Jack's still dumping his ERS as well.
Wow. Yeah, there we are. Another position change and another change for the leader championship.
they're still, despite them two switching places all the time, they're still pulling away from Richie in P3.
Yeah, they've done it quite cleanly though on that lap. They did definitely gain time.
Richie himself's putting in a very good performance.
Yeah, he's not really been up there at all, but yeah, he's upped his pace significantly. And yeah,
last week he was in Brazil. He was basically at the back. Jacques has spun again. But yeah, Richie Chappelle had no pace at all in Brazil. Basically finished last in the end.
yeah.
He just lacked any sort of pace. Saudi, he was in the midfield, I think. Ted's lost. Ted spun.
Oh, Active JMC comes into the pits as Ted spun. Yeah, I do hope that that doesn't go to the stewards with Active JMC. I mean, like, obviously he might want to himself, but that would definitely take away from this mouth-watering battle that we have at the moment. I'm pretty sure they're going to swap positions.
He's going to get back Charles. Yeah, I mean it's only 3 temps.
Jack's not using DRS.
Jack,
he's not.
yeah.
He's activated. Yeah, he's not using
Neither
DRS.
of these two. They both learnt that on the last couple of laps, whoever's led into the chicane hasn't led that lap.
Yeah, but Charlie does get a much better exit than Jack, so it's going to be quite close.
It's just lost 2 places and Leah's gained 2.
Here we are, Jack now has massive overspeed. Charlie cuts him off, Jack goes down the
Dives
inside.
to the inside, and he's got the place.
Yeah, Charlie's going to try to switch
regains
back
the
though.
lead.
But no, Jack does take
Do
the lead.
you want to be leading into this final sector?
Well, I think Charlie. I think what we've seen is that Jack's a lot more confident in Charlie in this final sector and these final few corners in particular. So
Yeah, Jack does always manage to pull a gap in here, but never enough for the DRS.
yeah, Charlie gets a lot of understeer there in particular. Really struggles with those couple of corners. But then he does gain a lot of
The
time
wheel
back
will
in
help
turn
with
two.
these sort of corners.
Yeah, definitely. And
Watch
Jack
out.
doesn't use traction control either, which is another big factor. But then Charlie's able to get really good traction out of the middle set chicane.
It's going to be tight.
It is.
Almost 9 temps.
And they've all got. And they've
Over
both got to
9
be
temps.
so careful with that. And that's turn 2-3 as
It's
well.
going to be tight. It's over a second. Charlie
Well,
won't have DRS.
Oh, Jack has pulled the gap. Wow, now Charlie's
This is
going to
when
absolutely
Charlie-
rinse his battery now.
And Charlie's gonna be the one to have to think about an undercut now. There's no way he's going to be able to pull it back on just time alone, because he loses so much in that final sector. He's not even going to have DRS down this straight either.
Yeah, he's
Just
not.
fractionally outside of it.
And so now this just becomes, can Jack hold this gap? Can he not make any mistakes? In fact, Ted's crashed.
Ted's spun again. Ted's out.
Is that safety car maybe? Or we're not going to get one?
No.
So that is the second casualty of this race. So that Ted, unfortunately, for him, has lost it. And yeah, Jack is now, he's really pulling on Charlie. Is Charlie going to be thinking about a box? Is he going to think about trying
He's
to...
got a thing about an undercut. It's the only way he's going to get back in this race. But Jack's going to know that, and Jack might do an undercut as well.
Yeah, at the moment though,
But
if
of
they go
course-
for one, potentially they'd get quite a lot of
Exactly.
traffic.
They'll come out all the way down in P10. They'd have the whole field to pass.
And they would obviously be committing themselves to the 2-stop,
Yeah.
because they might want to go for the 1-stop. Wow, I mean... Jack definitely has the pace at the moment. That is the key thing. Charlie, he's got to keep calm. He's not losing that much time to Jack. He's losing about 3/10 or so a lap. So he's got to just keep it consistent, and then potentially the race will open up for him. But it is looking seriously good for Jack at the moment. He is got really, really good pace, and he is in a really good rhythm. And whilst Charlie is gaining on him quite a bit in the middle sector, Jack is really strong in that last sector. He's He's able to get the gap up, and he's able to...
Charlie struggled on the curb a little bit there as well. Evo from the back row up into P5 now.
Yeah, he could be a factor in this race as well. He's a quick driver as Evo.
As is Hayes, won 2 races in a row.
Of course, and they're obviously on those not used tyres. As this time, interestingly, Jack's actually lost time to Charlie in Sector 3. So Charlie really going for it, and he's getting the gap down. That last lap, he gained a 10th on Jack. This is not over. This is ebbing and flowing, and Charlie, he's getting into his rhythm a bit, and he is finding
Jack
a bit more
was probably
pace.
hoping that he could just settle down and keep a nice rhythm to maintain that gap. But it's gone back up to 1.4. Charlie's had a terrible Sector 1.
Yeah, a really rough Sector 1.
Hers now pitted. Jack's teammate, of course.
Yeah, this lap, Jack's gained 2 tenths. 2 tenths.
The Haas could actually potentially nick P2 in the championship as well over Alpha Tauri.
Well, I mean, they do have all those
30
points
or so. They were 30 points or so behind going into this race. Of course, there's only Leah for Alpha Tauri. Jack's been leading this race. Hers in the mix for points. Well, on the verge of it, he will be once everyone else makes their stops. Still 1.3 seconds, 1.4 now.
Yeah, I can't keep my eyes off
between
this.
Jack and Charlie.
I can't keep my eyes off this. It is still
Leah on the inside of Codzilla into the chicane. Leah back up in the P6 after his earlier spin. So it's a good recovery drive so far from Leah. I've seen quite a few occasions so far this season where Leah's had an early spin and had to do a recovery drive.
Yeah.
USA spun lap 1, turn 1, and then recovered to, I think it was P6 on that day as well.
Yeah. As on that lap, Charlie lost 6 tenths.
Richie pits.
Yeah, he's going for the 2 stop.
From P3. As does Codzilla.
Yeah, very interesting. It's
back at the front, almost 2 seconds now.
Yeah, what do these guys do? Does Charlie take the risk and go for the 2 stop, or are they going to commit to that 1 stop?
It's all going to come down to their tactical game now. Does Charlie go early and hope he pulls Jack with him? So whatever Charlie does, Jack will have to cover him.
Yeah, but Jack does have that luxury though of having that 1.5 seconds. So even if Charlie undercuts him, he's not going to undercut him by that much. He will be ahead, Charlie, I think, with an undercut. But Jack would be able to stay in his DRS and have the newer tyres.
Yeah, but if Charlie pits now and goes for the 2 stop, it would force Jack into a 2 stop as well. So it's all down. Charlie's in control of the tactical piece of this race.
Yeah, but then at the same
Jack's
time,
in control of the race itself.
That's a yellow flag in sector 3,
and there's another crash. It's that guy.
Yeah, it's only a spin this time.
Kept out.
Here we are. In comes
Charlie's
Charlie. In comes Charlie. So he's triggering that undercut.
Charlie's. Yep.
Jack's seen it. He's
Trying to
activated a
force
lot of his
two-stop as
ERS. He's activated a lot of ERS, and he is going to be pushing as hard as he can on this in lap. He knows it's going to be
Hammer
crucial.
time for Jack.
It's hammer time for Charlie as well on his out lap. How much time can he gain on Jack? He's taken that risk.
And it is a 2-stop.
Yep. And where does he come out relative to Richie? Yeah, he is still comfortably ahead of Richie.
He's going to have to try and get past Blaze though in the next lap or two.
That could be a very, very key piece in this.
Blaze, of course, is difficult to overtake. Jack's gone deep into the chicane as well. Jack would have lost a bit of time there.
Charlie's going to have to gas his ERS again, I think, to try and get close up to Blaze.
Jack lost 3 attempts to Hayes alone in that chicane where he's went
yeah,
deep.
the nerves settling in. He knows how crucial this phase of the race is.
Charlie is 20.5 seconds, and that gap's he's getting a tenth every second, basically.
Yeah. Is Blaze going to fight him? I think he knows it's not his race.
The 9 teams.
Oh, he is fighting.
And he does fight him.
Oh, it's Charlie makes contact.
This is it. This is going to decide whether Charlie comes out in P1 or P2 in the net lead. Charlie has to back off again.
Blaze
defending for his life, but Blaze has gone deep.
And Charlie takes the position.
And Charlie's got what he needed.
But he's lost.
But where's Jack?
He's lost quite a lot of time doing that, though.
He was definitely held up by about a second.
Yeah, and here we are, Jack mirroring Charlie's
Jack's
strategy.
in his pit stop.
Mirroring Charlie's strategy. He's coming out of the pits now.
Has Blaze helped Jack out massively?
Oh,
Jack's going to be... It's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight.
It's going to be tight with Blaze, actually. But Charlie does get that undercut. It is by more than a second.
Imagine what the gap would have been.
Oh yeah, that's exactly that. But yes, Charlie, the undercut has worked, but now Jack has those fresher tyres. And he's got to play the move all over again. Hayes,
Jack's
Evo, Leah.
DRS either.
Hayes, Evo, Leah, I think are committing to a one-stop here now.
Yeah, so Charlie and Jack are all going to have to overtake those three in front at some point.
Yeah, and Hayes and Evo are not going to be easy. Nor is Leah. Leah, of course, was in the championship fight up until Abu Dhabi. Up until Jeddah finished.
Saudi Arabia.
Up until Jeddah finished, yeah. That's when he got out of contention.
Of course, he retired in Saudi.
Yeah.
Added his AlphaTauri teammate.
Yeah. If you name 3 drivers ahead of them who are not going to be easy to pass and are definitely going to factor this race, and who Charlie and Jack are going to have to overtake on this race as well, that'd be Leah, Evo and Hayes. They are very quick drivers.
And back within DRS range.
But which one of these is going to like the soft tyres more? That is the key.
And there's hers out of the race at the back.
Oh, safety car.
And it's a safety car.
Wow.
This is going to bring... Oh, what's Hayes, Evo and Leah going to have to do, though? They're on the mediums already, so they can't go mediums again to the end.
I think they would have to... I think probably...
They'll have to go hards or do the same strategy as Charlie and Jack.
I think they're probably going to have to go softs.
Yeah, they'll probably have to do mirror Jack. Jack and Charlie could pit here for mediums to the end.
I think that would be the best choice, yeah. Wow.
But then they'll still have to overtake Hayes, Evo and Leah.
Hayes, Evo and Leah are going to have to... That would have to be a real stretch on their softs. They would be able to make it to the end, Hayes, Evo and Leah. Charlie and Jack is going to be a bit too much, I think. And they will have to pit again. But...
Has her potentially cost his teammate the championship?
I don't know.
With this safety car.
I don't know, because this could force Charlie and Jack both down if they don't pick the right strategy here. God, I'd have a massive headache in the cockpit if I was one of those.
Yeah.
I think
top 3 all definitely have to pit.
I think if I'm Charlie or Jack,
and Charlie do?
I'm Charlie and Jack, I pit for the mediums. I think I pit for the mediums because they can go to the end, and you're not going to make up that time on those softs making that extra stop. I think they've got to pit again. They've only just pitted, but they wouldn't lose. They wouldn't lose paces. They'd obviously.
They'd stay 4th and 5th.
Yeah, but the others won't be able to make the end on the softs. They'd be absolutely.
Or do the top 3 go hards to the end, which will be incredibly slow, but it's still.
Oh my god!
Hayes is in, Evo's in, Leah's in.
Yeah, they had to pit. No matter what, they had to pit.
What do Jack and Charlie do?
I think I pit again for the mediums.
In this safety car has really spiced up this race.
In comes Charlie, and in comes Jack, and in comes Richie Chappelle. They are pitting, and they are going.
Hayes softs to the end.
And they should be.
Leah softs. Evo softs.
I think they should be going for the mediums here. Yes, they are.
Charlie's mediums.
Yeah.
Jack is mediums as well.
It's a bizarre strategy because they've only just pitted, but
Richie pitted as well.
They kind of had to.
And he's gone mediums as well.
And
Blaze here, could Blaze still Blaze could come out in between Jack and Charlie here.
Oh my! Yeah, she could.
No, Jack's just got out in front.
Yeah, now Jack and Charlie...
If Blaze didn't defend for dear life against Charlie, Blaze would have been in between Jack and Charlie right now.
Yeah. God, this is...
This...
Wow.
Can Leah, Eva or Hayes make it to the end on softs?
I don't know. Last season in the McEwen...
They were there a lot as well.
Last season in the McEwen division, Race Roller managed to make it to the end from lap 16, I believe it was, on the softs. They boxed on lap 14, obviously, but they are going to be under safety car for a bit. Because Richie has suddenly lost a couple of places. What's happened to Richie?
I think he spun. Although it was an illegal overtake, did Cod.
Yeah.
Cod's had to get the place back.
Oh wow, I mean, could this be what Charlie needed? Because Jack definitely has the pace on him. And could this potential traffic ahead of them...
now is that Charlie has to get a car in between each other if they don't win this race.
Oh, I think...
He's only going to close by 2 points. Neither of them have the fastest lap, do they?
Yeah, I think the others ahead... They either have
JMC
to pit...
is fastest
They
lap.
either have to pit... Or
They
they
come out last though. Safety car might be in this lap.
They either have to pit or their tyres are going to be absolutely shagged to the end of the race.
Safety car's in this lap,
But
so they can't pit.
Yeah.
They have to go to the end. There's Hayes, Eva and Leah.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, Charlie and Jack, though, they are able to go to the end of the mediums. And this is a straight shootout, but what we have now is we have a spanner in the works with that safety car.
3 cars that Charlie and Jack have to get past. But that Charlie especially has to get past. They've gone now, and it's a good restart from Hayes. Jack and Charlie all about even. Blaze is right up behind Jack.
Yeah, Blaze honestly, he's on those softs. The softs are going to be quicker than the mediums in the initial phases of this race. Although Charlie is
Leah's
hounding
struggling.
Leah. Yeah, Charlie is hounding Leah. He's got a lot of pace on his mediums.
Leah's got cold tyres.
Yeah, can Charlie put cars between him and Jack? Has Jack actually disconnected? Oh my god, I need to invite him as quickly as I can. As quickly as I can. Where are you, Jack?
That's all too wide at the back.
There you are.
Aston Martin, Jack is off almost in the wall.
Wow.
I was about to say that Blaze tried attacking Jack and because of it almost lost out to Richie.
Yeah. I'm inviting Jack a couple of times just like until I can see that he's joined back. Oh, that is so cruel for Jack.
His AI is not too slow.
He's back in the session. Is he going to potentially lose a place to Blaze here? That is what he's going to worry. Oh,
He's almost brake checked him because of the AI.
But he is back in though.
I'll tell you
Jack.
what, that AI is very good through the hairpit, through the chicane section.
Yeah. Oh, Jack's lagged back. He's lagged back. He's lagged inside.
Lags back in.
Oh wow.
There we go. Jack is back now.
Yeah, that's it. He's going to have lost him.
But he's not got DRS.
Yeah, he's going to have lost him rhythm. But also Evo picks up a pan.
Evo, he got 6 seconds in Saudi Arabia, which cost him the win. He won on track in Saudi. Time penalties lost him it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. What Jack needs to do now though is get back in his rhythm, get that gap down, close back up to Charlie. It's another
Hayes
little
pulling away. Hayes looking to try and get a 3rd win in 4 races.
Yeah, Hayes has a lot of pace, a lot of pace, and
already out of DRS range of Evo, who's got a time penalty. And that time penalty itself could become crucial if that time penalty splits Jack and Charlie.
Well, yeah, Jack is back in. Yeah, I mean, at the moment it does. I think. Yeah, it does. At the moment, that time penalty will split them.
3 points.
And that would seal Charlie the championship. That split time penalty, actually, at the moment, that would seal him the championship. God, this is so close. This is
Charlie's out of DRS range from Leah now as well.
Yeah, the match also the Charlie timing glitch of Jack could be interesting, and if there's any pairs, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to watch out for.
Yeah, it might be
end.
worth looking at the race director, the full race director after the race, so we have it on stream, so we do know who's so do know who is good, just in case there is a bit of a weird timing glitch. But Jack's lost a lot of time here, though. He's completely knocked him out of his rhythm. He's 2 seconds behind Charlie. And Jackie, yeah, he's gone from being so comfortable. He's gone from being so comfortable in the first stint to being...
But when you lag out, you lose all that telemetry and everything. I had it in the F2 race, and it wasn't until about 6 laps later when it said DRS was enabled, even though DRS had already been enabled for this last 6 laps. And it was telling me about warnings that I picked up 5 laps ago.
Yeah.
So the lag out is definitely going to affect Jack for a good few laps.
Yeah.
He's got out of DRS range from Blaze now.
Yeah, and obviously the guys on the softs
Charlie
as well. The guys on the softs as well are going to be losing. They're going to be losing time on the medium runners lap on lap as well. So it's basically just
Charlie's. Yeah,
he's got to make
Charlie
the move.
DRS now on Leah.
Yeah, he's got to make the move on Leah as quick as he can. Really put cars between him and Jack.
Can't afford to let Jack catch up.
Yeah, because we know that Jack
But
is
of course,
quicker than
battling
Charlie.
Leah will let Jack catch up as well, and Leah might just have DRS. It's going to be close again. I don't think Leah will have DRS.
No, he doesn't. And Nino does.
But Charlie's too far back though on this occasion.
Yeah.
Jack's
God.
just losing time still because of no DRS.
Yeah.
He's lost half a second in the middle sector just from the straights.
Oh my, the nerves. The nerves that Jack must be feeling at the moment. He's got to dig deep here, Jack. He's got to dig really, really deep and try and get that gap down. Because he knows himself he has pace. He's shown that in the first stint. But just all of a sudden, it's just thrown up completely in the air. First Charlie undercut him to get that track position, and then we had that safety car, and so Charlie kept that position. They both went for that pit stop, but Jack...
You said about it all along. Would you rather be P1 or P2 in those early laps?
Yeah.
And it was Charlie who was P2 who got the undercut. And we said it'd be about the undercut this whole time.
Yeah, and it has been. It has been. That safety car did come. And that safety car at the moment, and that disconnection from Jack as well, mustn't forget that, has put Charlie in a fantastic position. Yeah, if Jack loses the championship because of that disconnection, I'll feel so bad for him, but I mean, it's just...
Leah gets such a good run out of the hairpin that Charlie can't get close at all down the straight. Leah himself's now got back in DRS range as well.
Yeah.
Richie's now gone past Blaze. OG Ween is chilling. It's cheering on Fat Ted even though he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, he loves Red Bulls.
Only Red Bull left, of course, Godzilla down in P10.
Yeah, flying the
Evo
flag for
now.
Red Bull.
Evo's caught back up to Hayes.
But Hayes has a lot of batteries, so maybe Hayes is potentially tyre saving a bit
He's
here.
trying to manage, yeah. Hayes' tyre management is what basically won her the USA Grand Prix.
Yeah. Yeah, because Golden Eggfryer did the 2-stop that could catch up to Hayes.
Because Eggfire thought it wouldn't
Jack is
last.
out.
And Jack is out.
Oh my.
And it's a safety car again.
Oh, what do you do here? What do you do here?
The top three can all make it to the end on softs now safely. But do they pit for brand new tyres, as does Jack and Charlie?
Oh, the issue is that if you pit and others don't, then you're at the back.
Yeah.
But if you don't pit and others do... Oh.
Does Jack follow Charlie, or does Jack do the opposite to Charlie?
Oh.
Has Jacka potentially lost his teammate now the championship?
Oh yeah, we gotta say...
Both teammates crashing out could have both potentially lost them each the race. Godzilla as well, he got right in the pit lane just before, just as the safety car was deployed.
What's happening with Leah?
What's happening
with Leah as well? Has he got a bit of an issue with his Delta maybe? Because he's lost a lot of time, and that's put Charlie and Jack right with each other now as well. So
Perhaps Leah just wants to have time to react to whatever Hayes and Evo does. But it is going to be very interesting to see who goes soft.
Unless Leah put the stream on to
Brand
see
new
what
sauce.
we thought, so he didn't have to make up his own mind. Ah, God, I don't know what I do. I don't know. I have no idea. It's a risk either way. It's a huge risk either way because track
There
position
we go.
is so
Leah's caught
important.
back up.
Let's see what they do. Oh God. Hayes hits. Evo
Hayes
and Leah
pits.
stays out. Stay out.
Evo doesn't.
Charlie pits.
Charlie pits.
Jack's
Jack does
following
as well.
That's very interesting. That.
The thing is, though, Charlie has to basically win the race to win the title now. So Charlie's going to have to overtake a lot of people, or or get a lot of cars in between him and him and Jack to win. So,
Oh, this is. Wow, this championship fight is just.
you've got
There's
to
so
feel that
many
Jack would have
turns.
done whatever Charlie did.
I was fully
Perhaps
expecting
Jack should have
I was fully
done the
I was
opposite.
fully expecting Jack to stay out there after seeing Charlie pit because it would have put him in P3.
Charlie would have had to overtake him and everyone else.
Yeah. But what we do have now though is Jack just ultimately has to follow Charlie through and hope that Hayes wins the race as well. That's the key.
Charlie needs to get 1 or 2 people in between each other.
Yeah.
And of course, the top 3 of the top 4 have time penalties as well. So that could factor in. The time penalties could split them.
I think what that's more going to do is make sure that they both get through because if they didn't have time penalties and Jack didn't pass them,
Yeah.
then that would mean that Charlie would be able to get the positions, but because they do. Oh, the safety car's in this lap. It's a very quick safety car. So we are straight back racing once again.
7-lap sprint race.
And this mix of strategies, this race. Ultimately, I think Charlie Charlie quite simply just sees 5 drivers ahead of him, and he's got to overtake all.
Yeah. And Jack just needs to keep his eye on Charlie and follow him.
Yeah.
Or get past him himself.
If
But
you're
it's the
are you
top
enjoying
4,
yourself?
all on old tyres. Everyone else on brand new tyres. And Richie Chappelle's got a terrible restart holding everyone up.
Yeah.
Almost loses it at the final corner as well.
Is he helping out his teammate then, do you think? Yeah, I don't know.
Richie Chappelle's all over the place, struggling with rear end traction everywhere.
And suddenly the active JMC as well, and P4's back in the race. The pole sitter, we know he's got pace. And here we are.
All stuck behind Richie Chappelle.
It's just been in the top 2 pull away so much.
Ooh, James C and Chappelle, side by side, almost through the hairpin.
And here we are, Hayes using a lot of battery to try and close back up.
As is JMC though. JMC's dumping to try and keep Hayes at bay and get past Richie. But
Yes,
they're
Hayes-
all just going to have to stay single file. Charlie and Jack almost going to the back of Hayes and one another.
As Charlie gets a brilliant run on Hayes. And Hayes isn't going to fight this. Hayes, I think you said Hayes mentioned before the race that she wouldn't fight either of them. And that could be that.
Yeah.
That could be that in play. She might let Jack go here as well. And just let them fight amongst each other.
That might have been another reason why she pitted.
Oh, it's
JMC's let Charlie through.
Wow. That's all of a sudden, Jack. He's got 3
Jack
cars
has to
between.
overtake.
Oh, Jack's,
And Jack's got wing damage.
That is it. That could be it. And that is just. Oh my god, that is just
And
completely
we said,
changed
not
things.
pitting. Jack should have done the opposite to Charlie.
Yeah, no, he's got wing damage. He's sticking with it. He's staying out. But all of a sudden,
He's losing so much time now. He's not even within a second of Hayes. Podzilla's all over the back of him.
so unlucky. It's so unlucky for Jack. I don't think that's intentional either way. I do think that Hayes wanted to let.
Well, Hayes had
Jack
to slow
go
down for
as
JMC.
well, but yeah, he just got concertinaed up in the final sector, and that's given Jack damage. And all of a sudden, Charlie is absolutely loving life. He's gonna alert from 10 in the party that Jack has got damage, and he's now trying to overtake Richie Chappelle here for a point in the podium. And this could be Charlie's championship done and done here, done and dusted.
But Charlie knows he's just got to be careful now. There's no need to risk anything.
Yeah, that is.
He's got the gap to Jack. Jack's way down the order. The last thing Charlie needs is a collision.
Yeah, he's got to be as careful as he possibly can. No risks.
He's just got to wait for DRS and fly past Richie. Oh, so close.
Oh.
Getting the switchbacks. Going for the dive.
Oh!
Charlie was so lucky not to spin there. And that's exactly what I was saying Charlie doesn't need to do.
Oh, it's now massive Jim. That's
Hayes.
now Richie Chappelle and RT just Hayes banging wheels.
Charlie has got so lucky that he didn't spin there. That
I
could have almost put Jack back in title contention then.
yeah. I can almost feel Charlie's heartbeat now, though. I can almost feel his heartbeat. He's going to be
Jack's
very
lost
high.
out to that guy now.
Yeah, he needs a miracle now.
Although on penalties, Jack could still go back up in the P5 as it stands.
Yeah.
But he's only going to keep losing time because of that wing damage. He's having to lift everywhere.
Yeah, we're running out of laps for a safety car to potentially help him out as well.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you hope for.
Two more laps left. Well, this lap and next lap for a safety car.
Yeah. As now, Hayes, after realising that Jack got damaged off her, she's now feels bad and is fussing Charlie. So there we are.
Hang on, here comes Richie on Charlie as well.
Oh god, yeah, Charlie, he's just gonna be. Yeah, he's shaking. He's definitely gonna be shaking big time now.
Jack's last now though.
Yeah. He's last and has
Jack
that
might
damage.
as well just go for a fastest lap. He's gonna be way out of contention. Here comes JMC around the outside of Richie. More
the
contact
Bango's
there,
going,
and now Richie's round.
Oh,
and
that guy's hit him.
That guy,
Oh my
and
god.
they're stuck on each other.
Oh, that could have been.
Heartbreak for that guy.
The
guy who's got that guy's had 2 drive of the day votes in a row for Division 3.
And that
That's
could have
unlucky.
been.
That's given Jack back up in the P8 now.
That could have been a crash that brought out a safety car as well. That could have been.
Yeah.
That could have been the safety car that Jack needed.
Jack.
I think now with both of them
so
with both of them having damage.
Jack's pitting.
Yeah, he's going for fastest lap. Oh, that guy's lost it again. Oh, and he nearly retires. That could have once again been the safety car that he needed, Jack, but it's not yet come.
So realistically, Jack's going to end up getting 5 points as it is. And Charlie's 12.
Yeah.
Charlie will be champ.
So what Jack needs basically is if he gets 5
Hayes
points.
has caught Leah rapidly.
But yeah, she's almost
These
fresh
two battling
tyres.
for the net lead of the race as well.
Yeah, although Evo's nearly got the gap out himself.
Hayes has gone from letting the championship leaders through to almost winning this race nearly.
Yeah, here Charlie, yeah, in P4 he's got 12 points. He would need P5 is what Charlie needs if Jack gets that fastest lap. So at the moment he does have the position in hand, but because anything can happen. If Charlie has one spin, one mistake, then he could potentially drop behind Blaze and active JMC.
Because we would say, judging by what JMC was happening earlier, JMC could of course get into battling with Charlie, but JMC did let Charlie through earlier. JMC's probably on Charlie's side just because of that earlier incident back on lap 5 or so.
Yeah. He actually made contact with both of them, actually, in that incident, to be fair.
Yeah. ultimately it was Jack that spun him when they went too wide into the chicane.
Yeah.
But back to the front.
And what
Hayes is surely going to get past Leah. Gap's 3.3 though to Evo. So
yeah, Hayes
Evo's still going to win the race.
Hayes will have to push quite a bit if he wants to beat.
Hayes is on brand new tyres to Evo's older.
But she's going to lose time battling with Leah.
He's going to have DRS down this straight though.
Yeah, here we go.
And the switchback.
Oh, did he lose?
Although it has to completely get out of it. It has to get out of it because of Leah's being slow on the apex with his old tyres. They have overall, Evo must have made a mistake because they still gain time despite the battling.
Well, they have the DRS as well.
It's now there we go. Hayes is back within the 3 seconds.
Or will be in the next
Evo penalty.
So. Yeah, there we are.
There we go. So Hayes could win 3 out of the final 4 races.
Yeah, being really strong at the end of this race. Hayes definitely making contention to be a driver moving up along with Jack and Charlie into Division 2 next season.
Leah's moving up as well, I believe.
I mean,
that guy
Leah's having a strong race
gets
as well.
switchy.
Does Jack have the fastest lap? Jack doesn't have the fastest lap yet.
This will be the one that he does. He's dumped all of his ERS. Although he's used a bit of curb there.
This just needs this to salvage something, just to give himself some hope. What's the line? There it is.
There we go.
Fastest lap by some way.
A whole second quicker than the next fastest.
What's happening now with Charlie is that he's actually gaining time, going to gain positions rather than lose them. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Jack...
Look at the gap now for Hayes. A second in the last lap.
Yeah, he's absolutely bolstering. And Charlie could still get a podium here. Hayes could actually win this on track as well. This is a brilliant pace. But yeah. Yes, it does look like, barring anything ridiculous, although I'm saying barring anything ridiculous, Charlie did crash at turns 2/3 on the final lap here last season. So he's going to want to not do that this season.
Yeah, well, two corners until we find out if that happens again.
Let's just wait. Let's just wait until that's passed before we say anything after this. Yeah, I'm looking at this Roland, but he is so cautious.
Yeah,
he is so cautious.
He's lost a whole half a second.
He does not even want to push at all.
He lost half a second just making sure he didn't spin.
Yeah.
Where he did last year. I think last year he crashed out of P4 as well, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah, word on this championship fight anyway, and as Evo and Hayes are playing DRS games. That's fun. Yeah, word on this championship fight though, it's been really, really close all the way through, and
really clean between them as well.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see the championship lost like that, really, for Jack. It would have been nice for there to be some kind of battle. Like, imagine if Charlie needed to pass Leah for the championship, for example.
Well, imagine if we never had those safety cars in the first place.
Yeah. But anyway...
It was just Jack and Charlie out front in the DRS of each other.
But anyway, like, this is happened to Jack, but take absolutely nothing away from Charlie's performances all season. He's got 3 victories this season. He's been extremely quick. He's absolutely smashed it. He crucially won Jeddah last week to give himself a fighting chance. He's got the luck he needed today. And crossing the line.
Hayes wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Crossing the line now.
Charlie
is the champion.
Wins the championship.
Well, he's not the champion quite yet. Charlie is now the champion because Blaze and JMC have crossed the line. But yeah, Charlie is your Division 3 champion.
for Season 8. First ever championship for Charlie.
Yeah. As Jack is
and
going to
it's
be the next
heartbreak for Jack.
Yeah, Jack's going to be the next one to cross the line, and he is going to be... Yeah, he's going to be obviously quite gutted with that, but he's put in sterling performances all season, taking it right down to the wire, and yeah, I think would have been a deserved champion as Charlie Short is as well.
That guy crossed the line P9, but will be P10. So that's the end of the race. Get them all top 3, and of course Jack and Charlie. So we have all the 5 people in the party.
Yep.
For the post-race interviews.
Yeah, Hayes and Evo coming from the back of the field to finish P1 and P2. Great performances from them. Leah rounds off the podium, and Charlie with that P4 finish on a 3-stop strategy. We joked about how the 3-stop would be a good one. Charlie's done a 3-stop and has won the championship because of it. Jack unfortunately did that with that damage in the last 10 or so laps. Loses himself the that loses in the championship, but still great performances from Jack all season, and still a great drive from him today. Oh, what a race and what a championship. What a race. Just need to get everyone in the party. Have you invited them?
Yep. We got the top 2. Waiting for Leah, Charlie and Jack.
So yeah, we get him. I think we've got. Maybe Jack doesn't want to join the party, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him if he doesn't, to be honest. We'll start things off, I guess. P3, 2, 1, and then Charlie afterwards, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow, what a race!
So start off with Leah then. P3. Of course, safety cars played a big impact in that race in the end, but just talk me through how you approached that race and all the safety cars that went on.
Yeah, it didn't help. I didn't get into the formation that the tires were cold at the start. And then I had a little moment with her, whatever he's called. And then I was trying to follow it back, and then the safety car came out. I pitted, and then I just committed to staying out for the rest of them, and seeing Charlie and Jack sort of follow each other. And Hazel was flying back up through the pack as well, so yeah, I'm going to take the podium. I think one more lap, Charlie definitely would have had me because my tyres were gone at the end, but yeah, I'll take that. And well done to Charlie and Jack as well for a good season. Yeah.
And moving on to Evo. P2 from the back row of the grid. It's quite impressive race from you. Just talk me through it.
Yeah, congrats on just Hayes for an amazing pace on that one, fair play. Leo as well for P3. Big congrats to SLR Charlie for his championship win. And also SLR Jack for the run-up. I know it's not my team run-up, but you'll get there. Yeah, to be honest, I got lucky with the safety car. I started the race, I was just like, I was quite another day, it was just mediate shot, win stop. And thankfully, the safety car kind of saved that. Would have liked to have out. few laps they blew in it, but hey ho. Second weekend, lucky with them safety cars at the end of this penalties.
And Sam, can you take the leader?
I saw you obviously retire in Q2, and I know you've had quite a strong pace in the last few races, so I was kind of surprised to not see you go for higher up position, but in the end, that safety car came out, put you right back in the race, and then had brilliant pace to come through. How do you feel with that victory?
I'll be honest, I didn't really want to take the victory, but it all shook up, didn't it, towards the end of the safety cars. I honestly thought Jack and Charlie, they would have stayed out, but they pitted as well. So it put me in the lead. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't want to pit that early, but it was my only option, really, that one. Hard, so I'm not touching hards. And yeah, I had good pace. I kept my word with Charlie. I said I weren't going to qualify in Q3. I just didn't want to get involved in their fight because it's not my place to. But overall, I did enjoy the race, and I had some cracking battles with some people and some drivers, on the grid. And I just want to congratulate the podium runners and Charlie and Jack as well.
Last few races, you showed some brilliant pace. How do you feel getting a run of victories together? Actually, 3 of the last 4, I believe.
Yeah, it feels great. I don't expect that. I mean, Abu Dhabi's not the greatest track for me, but yeah, 3 wins in 4 races is not too bad. Maybe it could have been 5 if I didn't be in it in Austria, going in the pits. You know, that happens. Yeah, overall, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, well done. And now to Charlie. Well, that was a roller coaster, and I'm sure you haven't calmed down after that. First of all, congratulations for the title. Second of all, just talk us through it. How do you feel?
Well, obviously I'm over the moon. Obviously, my commiseration go back to Jack. He's been unbelievable all season. But the race itself, I hated every single minute of it. But you guys somehow got to the end. Yeah, it was a weird one. Obviously, JMC started on pole, so that was always going to be difficult. And we kept switching positions, me and JMC and Jack as well. And then the first safety car, no, I pitted normally for the softs. I knew the undercut was quite big, so I thought I'll pit for the softs, try and get the undercut. And then on my out lap on them softs, I think I could tell who Desperate Blaze wanted to win. But that's fair enough.
Well, I mean, you always know if you're going to come out behind Blaze, he's going to put a battle up no matter who you are.
So you're kind of cutting out quite a bit.
That should be better, I do know.
Yeah, that's better. Yep.
Yeah. So once I got out in front of Jack and then the first safety car came out, the stream said that the mediums would go the way. It'd probably be the best thing to do, so I just followed your lead. And then the final safety car came out, and obviously me and Jack both went into softs. Hayes did as well. And I knew obviously Leo and Evo's softs would be dying towards the end. But when we came out, obviously there was the back from the Jack, so we couldn't get to the front guys. But yeah, obviously it's good to win the title, but obviously there were a couple of things in the race that made it a bit less enjoyable, if you know what I mean. Like after Jack disconnected, he got damaged, and obviously it would have been a battle. But overall, obviously over the moon.
And how do you look forward to next season in Division 2, changing your race day Fridays? How do you think that's going to go? What's your aims for next season?
I think it obviously all depends how I kick on with the new game. It can go either way. I could get quicker, I could get slower. But like I say, I'll just give it my all every week. like I have this season, and as I can.
Yep. I think that's.
And that pretty much wraps up the finale of Season 8 for Division 3 in Abu Dhabi. And join us in about an hour's time for the finale of Division 4. Big Bag's already the champion there. So it's just AlphaTauri just trying to wrap up the Division 4 constructors. And then we got the McEwen Division tomorrow. And then on Monday, the Division 1 finale, where you'll probably see me end up in a wall once again. But hope to see you